and today we're going to do a hip opening yoga flow sequence. For this class, handy things to have is a yoga mat, although if you don't have one you can practice on a carpet or something that's a little bit cushioned, not a totally hard floor. Useful things to hand are a cushion or perhaps a yoga block if you have one. A blanket can be handy to give some cushioning under the knees. And if you can't quite reach your toes, a strap might be helpful to have to hand, and it might be helpful for an arm sequence we're going to do. So we're going to start off the practice just lying on the back, coming into a restful position for you. We want the hands resting, palms facing upwards. Give yourself some space at the armpits, shoulders broad, back of the neck long. And we're going to have the legs extended outwards, so if you want some more support for the lower back, you can bend the knees and let the bend the knees and let them drop together. And we're just going to allow ourselves to soften and relax into the earth. Taking some full breaths. As you exhale, allow your body to relax and soften. And we're going to start off by taking the awareness into the feet and work your way up to the crown of your head, noticing how your body is feeling today. Be aware of any aches, pains, tender or tight spots that might need a little bit of care throughout the practice. And notice the parts of the body that feel good and full of vitality. And notice where your energy is. Have you got more energy in one area than another? Or is it spread out evenly? And can the energy flow freely? Or is it stuck or trapped by anything? And notice what you bring emotionally to your practice today. Take a moment to honour those feelings. We're now going to take the awareness to the mind. How does the mind feel? Busy, still, fuzzy, sharp? Use any words that describe it for you. And then we're going to gather up all the busy thoughts that run through the mind and leave them outside by the door. If any pop back into the mind throughout the practice, just gently observe them without any judgment and let them float away, bringing the awareness back to the breath, back to the practice. And notice your breath now, just as it is. Feel the coolness as it enters the nostrils. Feel the warmth as it leaves. Take the awareness into the back of the throat and feel the texture and quality of the breath as it moves down and into the body. And notice where the breath comes to in the body, how the body moves to accommodate it. We're now going to breathe with more intention. So bring both hands to the lower abdomen, fingers touching, elbows resting out to the side. And we'll take a deep breath. Draw it down into your abdomen, feel it expand in your hand. And as you exhale, feel the abdomen sink back towards the earth. Another deep breath, the abdomen expands, the rib cage opens, the upper chest lifts. And as you exhale, the upper chest drops, the rib cage draws in, the abdomen pulls back. Another full breath all the way up into the throat, the deepest you've taken today. And exhale all the way down to the end of the breath. And keep going in your breath, in your time, taking long, full, smooth breaths until you come into a comfortable rhythm for you. And as you inhale, feel a sense of expansion through the whole of the body. As you exhale, feel a sense of softening, relaxation, letting go. Now we're going to bend the knees, bringing the feet together, and then let the knees drop out to the side, bringing the soles of the feet to touch. We can leave the hands resting on the abdomen, or you can open them out, palms facing outwards. And we're going to take some long, full breaths here. Inhaling, feel the breath expand all the way from the abdomen to the upper chest. And as you exhale, soften and relax, sinking into the air. Feel the heaviness of the knees and just let them drop. Allow the spine to relax and soften. And notice what constrains you, what prevents the knees dropping a little further. And as you inhale, take the breath to that area and feel it expand any tightness. As you exhale, let it create softness and relaxation, allowing the knees to drop a little further. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to bring the knees back to center. We're going to open the arms out at shoulder height. Take a good inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the knees over to the right hand side and take your gaze towards the left fingers. And take some long, full breaths here. As you inhale, feel that sense of expansion. And as you exhale, soften and melt into the air. The knees are heavy, just let them drop. The shoulders melt down and out. And that soft heaviness releases through your back surface, melting you into the air. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale back to center and exhale over to the other side. And again, take those long, full breaths. Using each exhale to let go and relax into the air. The jaw is loose. The brow is broad. The cheeks and eyes are soft and relaxed. And let that soft heaviness melt through your body, relaxing and releasing wherever it's needed. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to come back up to center. We're going to draw the knees into the chest and take some nice big circles, massaging out the lower back. One way, and then the other. Returning the feet to the floor. We're going to let the hands rest by the side, palms facing downwards. We want the feet hip width apart, close to the buttocks, so we can almost tickle the heels with the fingertips. As we inhale, we're going to press down into the heels, peel the hips up to the sky, reach the fingers up and back as you go, taking them behind the head. Exhale, roll yourself back down, bringing the hands and the tail back to the earth at the same time. And we're going to keep going, your breath, your time. Starting to create a flow, so we're moving with the breath. Coming to the end of the movement as you come to the end of the breath. And making the movement long and smooth as the breath is long and smooth. And we'll do one more. And then we're going to inhale to draw the knees into the chest. Take a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to rock and roll backwards and forwards to come up to sitting. We're going to bring that hands behind, legs out in front. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Take a good inhale, and as you exhale, drop the knees over to the right hand side. Inhale back up to center, and exhale over to the left. And just keep going, your breath, your time. Just starting to wake up those hip joints, getting the body moving. Getting some lubrication going in the body. And we'll do one more each side. Until you've done both sides evenly. And then we're going to inhale to center. And then we're going to take the legs round to the right hand side. Coming into a mermaid seat. The shin in front of you is the front leg. The leg running to the side is the back leg. We're going to take one hand to the back thigh, one hand to the earth. As you inhale, reach the chest over the front knee. And as you exhale, sit it back into the back seat. And just keep going in your breath, in your time. Starting to work into that hip a little bit more, opening up the hip rotation. And if you want to, you can add some arms, inhaling one way, exhaling the other. Getting more of the body moving. Getting a twist going in the torso. And we'll do one more. Finish with an exhale. And inhale back to center. We're going to take the legs round to the other side. One hand to the back thigh, one hand to the earth. We're going to inhale, reach the chest over the front knee. Exhale, sit it back into the back hip. And just keep going, your breath, your time. One hip might feel really different from the other, that's very normal. As always with yoga, just work into the range of movement that's comfortable for you. And you can add the arms, inhaling one way, exhaling the other. And we'll do one more. Finishing with the exhale. And then inhale back to center. We're going to bring the leg back round. And we're going to come to an all fours position. If you want to, you can take a blanket. Opening it about as wide as a mat. You can use that to give you some cushioning under the knees. We want the knees under the hips, the wrists under the armpits. Spread the fingers nice and wide, middle fingers pointing forwards. We're going to take a good inhale, and as you exhale, reach the hips back and right, then back and left, forward and right, making a circle. Flow around, exploring this range of movement for you. Letting the body be soft and fluid. Keeping your breath long and full. And when you're ready, you can reverse the direction. And we'll do one more. Coming back to centre. We're going to step the right foot out to the side. And we're going to circle into this hip now. Just work within the range of movement that feels comfortable for you. Exploring your range of movement today. And when you're ready, reverse the direction. We're not forcing or pushing into any tightness. Just flow around. One more. And then we'll come back to centre. Replace the knee and we'll step it out to the other side. And just circle around into this hip. One hip might feel really different from the other, that's very normal. Explore the range of movement on this side. Keeping the breath long and full. And when you're ready, reverse the direction. Feeling your way through the movement. Using the principle of motion as lotion. Using motion to release tension. Lubricating joints. One more. And then we'll come back to centre. Replace the knee. We're going to take the knees out as wide as the mat. Big toe joints together. Drop the hips back to the heels. Pin them there as you walk the hands forward. Bringing the forehead to the mat for an extended child. And take some long, full breaths here. Feel the inhale expanding through your whole back surface. And as you exhale, soften and relax into the earth. The hips are heavy, they sink back to the heels. The heart is heavy, it melts into the earth as the backs of the shoulders broaden and release. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to lift the head and exhale to walk the hands round to the right, softening and sinking back to the earth here. Feel the inhale making space through the side of the torso, and as you exhale, melt into the earth. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to walk the hands back to centre and exhale over to the other side. And take some long, full breaths here. Feel the inhale making space through the side of the rib cage, down the armpit, down the arm. And as you exhale, melt into the earth. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to walk the hands back to centre. Tuck the toes under behind. And then we're going to lift the hips up and back to come into a downward facing dog. And just take any movement that feels good here. Maybe pedaling out the feet. Maybe wiggling the hips from side to side. Maybe rolling backwards and forwards on the shoulders. Have a little explore, see how the body feels today. And then we're going to come to centre and focus on pressing into those hands to lift the hips up and back as far as they'll go. And then exhale to sink the heels down towards the earth. One more full breath. And And then we're going to inhale to walk the feet forwards to the hands, bending the knees as much as you need to get there. And when you're there, extend the legs and let the whole of the upper body hang heavy and loose like a rag doll. Imagine you've got a weight on the crown of your head, and with each breath it draws you down towards the earth a little further. The head is heavy and the neck is loose. Give the head a little nod backwards and forwards, a little wiggle side to side, a little twist. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale to roll yourself back up, vertebra by vertebra, coming up to standing. And roll those shoulders back. Standing near the front of the mat, we're going to bring the big toe joints together. Heels can either be together or slightly apart so the feet are in a straight line. Spread the toes out nice and wide. And we want the weight to be evenly spread between the right foot and the left foot and the front and the backs of the feet. Press down into the big toe joint, the ball of the foot, the little toe joint and the heels. And as you press into all the corners of the feet, the arches lift. The energy draws up through the legs, engaging the leg muscles. The thighs feel like they're rotating outwards as the glutes slightly engage. At the pelvis, the pelvic floors pull in, pull up, and the tailbone draws down towards the earth. The abdomen pulls in to support the spine, and the energy continues up through the spine until it comes out through the crown of the head, like we're being pulled tall by a string. The shoulder blades are back in their back pockets and drop away from the ears. Open the palms to the front and feel the space that creates around the collarbones and the shoulders. Keep the space, just turn the fingers back. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky, gazes to the thumbs. Exhale, hinge at the hip, fold it forward, crown towards the ground. Inhale, come up halfway, pull your abdomen in, grow your crown, making a nice flat back surface. Exhale, fold it forward, plant the hands and step the feet back to a plank position or drop the knees to the half plank. We're going to lower it all the way to the floor. Untuck the toes, place the tops of the feet on the mat. We're not going to press through the hands. We're going to imagine the string through the crown of the head. As you inhale, it's pulled up and we lift. Exhale down. Inhale, feel the lift, elbows into body, shoulders down the back. Exhale down. One more, inhale all the way up to the end of the breath. And exhale all the way back down. We're going to press through the hands, take the hips back to the heels. Option to stay in an extended child, or you can tuck the toes behind and lift the hips up and back, coming into a downward facing dog. And take some long, full breaths here. Pressing into the undersides of the knuckles, feel the energy drawing up through the arms and up the back until it shoots out through the hips. As you exhale, sink the heels down towards the earth. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to reach the right leg up and back. And then exhale, swoop it forwards to the hands. And we're going to drop the back knee. We're going to bring both hands to the mat on the inside of the foot. And we're going to inhale to grow the crown, making space. And then exhale to sink down towards the earth. Maybe bringing the elbows to the earth or working towards it. Take some long, full breaths here. Feel the inhale, making space. And as you exhale, soften and relax. Sink a little further. Let the torso be heavy. Feel it sink. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to come back up. Bring the hands either side of the foot. We're going to tuck the back toe, press into the heels, coming into a long lunge. Option to stay here, Or if you feel comfortable, you can press through the front foot, bringing the hands up to the knees, or you can reach them up to the sky. We're working into the front of this hip here. So if you want to extend the stretch, I could just stay here. If you want to extend it a bit further, you can bend the knee, dropping the hips down, and then press back with the heel. And breathe into it. Take it to the level that's right for you. And then we're going to exhale to bring the hands back down. Press through the front foot to bring the back foot to meet it. Inhaling up to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forwards. Inhale, swoop it up to the sky. Exhale, back to heart center. Inhale, reach it up, make lots of space. Exhale, hinge at the hip, fold it forward, crown towards the ground. Inhale, come up halfway, pull your abdomen in, reach your crown. Exhale, fold it forward, plant the hands and set the feet back to the plank position or drop the knees for the half plank. Option to lower to the floor, or we can come halfway for a hover and then press through the hands, lifting the heart up to the sky. Imagine a strap around your hips. As you exhale, it's pulled up and back, taking you into a downward facing dog. And take some long, full breaths here. Feel the inhale, making the space, increasing the space between the wrists and the hips. And as you exhale, soften and relax, maybe round the shoulders, broadening and opening them. Keeping the face soft and relaxed. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to reach the left leg up and back. And exhale, swoop it forwards to the hands. And drop the back knee. Give it a little nudge if it needs one to get here. And then we're going to bring the hands to the inside of the foot. Inhale, grow your crown, make some space. And then exhale, soften and sink down towards the earth. Breathe into it. The inhale makes the space wherever you feel tight or constrained. And as you exhale, you can relax and release, allowing that tension to melt away breath by breath. Letting you sink a little further. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to come back up. Bring the hands either side of the foot. Tuck the back toe, press into the heel, coming into the long lunge. Option to work into it from here. Or if you want to, you can press through the front foot, coming up to the knee or reaching the hands up to the sky. Take it a little further, you can bend the knee and then press the heel away to extend the stretch into the front of the hip. Long, full breaths, taking it to the level that's right for you. And then exhale to bring the hands back down to the floor. Inhale, press through the front foot to bring the back foot to meet it, extending up in a halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forwards. Inhale, swoop it up to the sky. Exhale, back to heart center. And release. Just take a little moment here. Feel the energy flowing around the body. And release. We're going to move the blanket out of the way if you're using one. Coming to stand near the front of the mat. We're going to take a good inhale, and as you exhale, step it back with the right foot or the foot that's nearest me, so that you still end up facing the screen. We want the front foot pointing towards the short edge of the mat, the back foot pointing towards the long edge of the mat, and if you drew a line through the middle of your front foot, it would go through the arch of your back foot. Fingers to collarbones. Pull in with the abdomen, grow through the crown, open the fingers, gaze towards the front fingers. Take a good inhale and exhale to sink the knee, coming into your warrior two. Shuffle your front foot forward as much as you need to so that the knee doesn't extend beyond the ankle. The fingers come straight out of the shoulders, and the shoulders drop from the ears. And we want the crown to remain over the tailbone. If we find we've jutted forward, just imagine someone pulling our back fingers back as the legs stay where they are. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to reach towards the front. Drop the elbow onto the knee and bring the top arm up and over. The elbow's just resting. We're using the torso to support us. Pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. Feel the energy drawing up through the side of the torso all the way to the top fingers. Keeping your breath long and full. And then we're going to inhale to come back up. Release the hands. And we're going to shuffle the feet round so that both feet now point towards the long edge of the mat. If it's accessible, we actually want the toes to be slightly inwards of the heels, so we're a little pigeon-toed. But straight feet is fine if it's not, we're not quite there. We're going to bring the hands to the hips, pull in with the abdomen, grow the crown, and then we're going to exhale to hinge at the hip and fold it forwards. When we're halfway, we can bring the hands to the mat. If they don't quite reach, you can maybe take a block or some books underneath to support you. If they do reach, we're going to inhale, grow the crown, and then exhale, let your body soften and sink forwards. And as you do so, you can walk the hands back until the heels of the hands start to lift off the floor like this, or until they come in line with the heels of the feet. And take some long, full breaths here. Pressing into the outer edges of the feet. Feel energy drawing up through your legs. And as you exhale, you can soften and sink the upper body, heavy and loose like a rag doll. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to walk the hands forwards. Take a little micro bend in the knee and then bring the hands up to the hips and inhale to come all the way back up. We're going to interlace the hands behind, so it looks like this. Taking the feet out wide again, toes pointing slightly inwards. We're going to draw the hands down, lifting the chest. And as you exhale, hinge at the hip, fold it forwards, letting the arms come up and over to wherever they come to. And just allow yourself to hang once more. We start at the feet, pressing into the earth, feel the energy lifting through the sides of the legs, all the way up to the hips. And that provides the stability that allows the upper body to hang heavy and loose. Keep your breath long and full. And then we're going to imagine someone's got hold of your hands and they pull them up and back as you inhale all the way back up. We're going to release the hands. And we're going to turn what was our back foot now towards the short edge of the mat and come back to our heel to arch alignment. Fingers to collarbones. Pull in with the abdomen, grow the crown, open the fingers. Take a good inhale and exhale to come into your warrior two. Shuffling your front foot forward as much as you need to so your knee doesn't extend beyond your ankle. Now this posture is a great hip opener exercise. We want the front knee to remain over the middle toe, keeping it there. We're going to focus on drawing open with this back thigh, pulling this back hip back. And we can sink the hips with each exhale, but keep pulling back. The other thing that happens is we might stick our bottom out to help take the tension out of the hips. So pull in with the abdomen, keeping your crown over your tailbone as you sink down. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to reach towards the front. Bring the elbow to rest on the knee and bring the top arm up and over. Set up that line of energy from the outside edge of the back foot all the way to the fingers. And we keep working into that rotation, opening up the torso so that we're not collapsed forwards. The rotation is all the way back to the back hip. Long, full breaths. And then we're going to inhale to come back up. Release the hands, swivel the feet back to the front and step it back. Have a little shake off, loosening off the postures. And then we're going to come down to sitting. So we'll come via a squat. We want to take the feet out about as wide as a mat, toes pointing outwards, heels towards each other. We're going to inhale, reach the hands up to the sky, and then as we exhale, sink it all the way down, as far as is comfortable for you. You can point the fingers forward, or bring them to the earth if you need them to counterbalance you. Or if you feel comfortable, you can bring the elbows to the insides of the knee, palms together, and allow the chest to open and broaden, the gaze is forward. And take some long, full breaths here. We're pressing into the outside edges of the feet. Sometimes we might find we collapse inwards. Press into the outer edges of the feet and that will help to open those hips. One more full breath. And then we can either walk the hands forwards if we need to, or we can take them behind to come down to sitting. We're going to extend the legs out in front, sitting evenly on the sit bones. Feet are working towards the face, the hands are resting by the side of the body. We're going to press down into the sit bones, and as we push into the earth, the pelvic floors pull in, pull up, and the abdomen draws in to support the spine. The energy continues up through the spine, making space between each vertebra until it comes out through the crown of the head, like we're being pulled tall by a string. The elbows are back, the shoulders are back in their back pockets, and the elbows are just relaxed. And take some long, full breaths here. Feel the inhale, making space. As you exhale, relax around the jaw, around the shoulders. One more breath. And then we're going to gently release. We're going to draw the right knee into the chest. Open it out to the side so the foot comes against the thigh. If you want to take some cushioning under this knee, you can do. If you can't quite reach your foot in a forward fold, you could use a strap, placing it around the foot. If you don't have a strap, you could use a tie or anything that's strap-like. If you've got your strap, you can get it in place. Otherwise, we're going to press down into the sit bones, pull the abdomen in, grow the crown, reach the arms, take a twist over your extended leg, and then exhale to hinge at the hip and fold it forward. Take hold of whatever you come to, legs, ankles, toes. And when you're there, breathe into it. So as you inhale, press back into your sit bones and grow your crown. As you exhale, hinge at the hip and fold it forward. Gaze is towards the big toe. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to come back up. We're going to take the bent knee, bring it up towards the sky, bring the foot flat to the earth. Same hand as the bent knee comes behind. We're going to press down into the sit bones, grow the crown. Inhale to reach the arm, take a twist, and we're going to hook the elbow over the knee, or you can hug it into the chest, whichever feels better for you. And the gaze is going to be to the far corners of the eyes, like you're trying to look round the corner. And use each breath. As you inhale, grow your crown tall. As you exhale, soften your torso, draw your back shoulder back and round. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to bring the gaze back to the front. And exhale to release. And extend your leg. We're going to take it to the other side. Drawing the left knee in, open it out to the side. Foot is against the thigh. Press down into your sit bones, grow your crown. If you're using a strap, getting it in place. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Take a twist over your extended leg and exhale to hinge at the hips and reach forward to wherever you come to. Wherever you are, breathe into it. Inhale, grow the crown, make the space. Exhale, hinge at the hip to fold it forward. The gaze is towards your big toe. Notice if you've got any striving or straining. You may feel it around the jaw, around the eyes, around the shoulders. Allow yourself to relax, and any energy, just put it into lifting out of the pelvis by growing the crown. The exhale softens and relaxes. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to come back up. We're going to lift the bent knee up, bringing the foot flat to the floor. Same hand as the bent knee comes behind. We're going to press down into the sit bones, grow the crown, lift the arm up and take your twist. Bring the gaze to the far corners of the eyes. Long, full breaths here. Use the inhale to make the space, grow the crown. As you exhale, soften the torso, spiral round the spine. The gaze is to the far corners of the eyes, because where the attention goes, the energy flows. One more breath. And then we're going to inhale to bring the gaze back to center, and exhale to release. And we're going to cross the legs now. So your cross leg may be here. What we want to do is to be in a cross leg position with the feet underneath the knees, or as close as we can get to that. So we want to shuffle the feet out so that they are close to being under the knees, and that makes a bit of a triangle, so our thighs come out and we get a triangle at the shins. We're going to bring some spider fingers in front, just resting on the tips of the fingers. And then we're going to inhale to grow the crown, make some space. And then as you exhale, walk those fingers forward, releasing yourself down and out. And just come to whatever your comfortable edge is. That may be up here, that's absolutely fine. What we don't want to do is to be rounding the shoulders just to get the fingers forward. The hinge is from the hip. So when you get to your comfortable edge, as you inhale, grow your crown. As you exhale, soften and release a little further. Keeping your breath long and full. Breathe into wherever you feel tightness, wherever is constraining against the posture. And as you inhale, feel the breath making space in that area. And as you exhale, allow it to soften and relax, taking you a little further with each breath. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to walk the hands back up. We're going to change the cross of the legs. Shuffling ourselves back into the cross-leg position with the feet underneath the knees or as close as we can get. Fingertips in front, press down through the sit bones, grow the crown, and then exhale to walk it forwards, going to wherever you come to. Wherever that is, inhale to press back with your sit bones and grow your crown, making space. And as you exhale, hinge at the hip to fold it forward. Breathing into any tightness. Feel the inhale, making space. As you exhale, feel that tension melt away, allowing you to fold a little further. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to walk the hands back up. We're now going to bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to take hold of the feet so the thumb is on the inside of the foot, the fingers wrap around the top. And we're going to open our feet out like a book, like we're trying to read the soles of the feet, as far as they come for you. We're going to press back into the sit bones, grow the crown, and then as you exhale, hinge at the hip and fold it forward. Come to your comfortable edge, and whatever that is, you're going to press back into the sit bones, grow the crown as you inhale, and as you exhale, hinge at the hip to release a little further. And again, notice if there's any striving or straining. We don't want to really be pulling at these arms to take us forward. Let them relax and be soft and breathe into it. So we're not striving and straining or pushing or forcing. We're just breathing and releasing. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale to gently come back up. Draw the knees back together. We're going to extend them out. Drop back down onto the elbows. Replace where the elbows are with the hands. Pointing the toes. We're going to press into the hands to lift the heart up to the sky, opening the chest. Taking a couple of full breaths here. And then we've got two options. We can either bend the feet, bringing the feet flat to the floor, and press into the hands and the feet coming into a reverse table. Or you can extend the legs and press into the hands coming into a reverse plank. Take whichever version suits you, but wherever you are, focus on pushing into the floor and lifting the heart and the hips up to the sky. And then exhale to come back down. We're going to come into an all fours position now. I'm going to show you from the front so it's easier to see what's going on. We're going to step the right knee forwards to in between the hands and then shuffle the foot over towards the left hand side. We're going to bring the left knee in behind the right knee and shuffle that foot over to the right. It might be handy to have your cushion or your block to hand for this posture. We're going to walk the hands forward, bringing the abdomen to rest on the knee. And if you feel like you've got a lot of tightness in your hips, you can bring your cushion or your block behind your bottom. And as you roll back, keep your abdomen on your thighs, bringing your seat to come to rest, either on your cushion or your block. Or if you feel comfortable, you can lower yourself down to sit on the earth. Coming into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. You can take some full breaths here, breathing into any tightness you may have around the hips. And then we're going to add some arms. So we'll take the opposite arm to the top knee and we're going to reach it up to the sky. And then we're going to drop it back behind the back. The other arm we're going to reach out to the side and you can take it back and take a hold of the fingers. If you can't quite reach, don't worry, you can either just take hold of a bit of clothing or you could perhaps use your strap and drop it back behind the back, allowing you to reach. Another alternative is to press down on the shoulder, on the elbow, opening up through the shoulder. Take whichever version suits you and take some long, full breaths. One more breath. And then we're going to gently release. Walking the hands back forwards, coming back to our all fours position. We're going to unpretzel the legs. And then we'll take it to the other side. Stepping the left knee forward. We're going to shuffle it out to the right. And then bring the right knee behind and shuffle that foot out to the left. If you need your cushion or your block, you can pop it in place. Walk your hands forward, bringing your abdomen to rest on your thigh. And then walk the hands back, coming up to sitting in your cow face position. If you want to, you can remove any blocks or cushions to sit onto the floor. Opposite hand to the top knee, we're going to reach up to the sky and then drop it behind the back and either take hold of the fingers or take whichever alternative suits you today. Breathe into it. Feel the long, full breaths and notice where's tight at the extent of the inhale. And as you exhale, let it soften and relax. One more full breath. And then we're going to gently release the hands. Walk them forward. Unpretzel the legs. And then we're going to come down to lying on the back. For relaxation, if you want to take any cushions or blankets or jumpers, make yourself comfortable. And we're going to roll ourselves down. Allowing the hands to rest, palms facing upwards, shoulders broad, back of the neck long. We can let the legs hang, extended and loose. Or if you have some trouble in your lower back and want to give it a little bit of support, you can bring the feet flat to the floor and let the knees drop together. So take whichever version suits you. And we're just going to soften and relax into the earth here. Nothing is needed of you. You can just lay there in a comfortable position and melt into the earth. The feet are broad and heavy. The ankles are loose. The feet just flop from them. The calves are long. The knees are soft. The thighs melt away as the body gets heavier and heavier. The pelvis is broad and relaxed. The glutes are soft and the hip joints release and let go. The abdomen is soft The organs sink heavy. The spine releases vertebra by vertebra. The rib cage is open. The collarbones are broad. The backs of the shoulders melt into the earth. The arms are heavy and loose. The elbows are soft. The palms are soft. The fingers just let go. The back of the neck is long and heavy. The throat relaxes. The jaw releases. And all the little muscles around the ears let go. The cheeks are soft and heavy. The lips are soft. The tongue is loose in the mouth. The eyes are heavy in their sockets. The brow is broad, and the crown releases. As we take this moment to just be in Shavasana. And start to bring the awareness back into the body. Become aware of sounds nearby and far away. Become aware of the feeling of lying on the earth. Become aware of the breath. Feel the coolness as it enters the nostrils. Feel the warmth as it leaves. Take a deep breath. Draw energy, prana, life force deep into your body and feel it nourishing you. Another deep breath all the way to your fingers and your toes, giving them the energy to have a little wiggle. Another deep breath all the way to your fingers and the toes, giving you the energy to reach the arms up and back for a full body stretch. Reach the heels and stretch the back body. Reach the toes and stretch the front body. Then exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Give them a little hug and take a little rock from side to side. When you're ready, roll over onto whichever side is more comfortable for you, placing your arm beneath your head as a pillow. As we leave our practice to go back out into the busy world, know that there is always a peaceful place inside of us. And it's always here for us to come back to. When you're ready, come up to sitting. We'll bring the hands together at heart center when you're ready. Ending the class with a greeting, Namaste. It means the light in me honours the light in you. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again. Take care.